Hey everybody, Tim Schur here, founder of the One Belief Away Method. And today I want to share a quick tip for you so that you can use this on your own and then also share it with your clients if you have clients, if you are a life coach or a business coach or a wellness consultant, if you're someone in the people helping business, then I love teaching my One Belief Away Method to you because it will help you to feel strong and confident and secure inside. We all need that reassurance. And it also is an amazing way to help your clients to have spectacular results, which of course is going to help you grow your business and have an unlimited supply of clients. So the biggest challenge that we have is this anxiety that comes up, this stress, this worry, this pressure, this overwhelm. And you can always trace those worries back to a limiting belief, which is why I say that you're just one belief away from having a significant breakthrough in life. And if you're ever feeling stuck, it's just because you came up against another limiting belief. And a lot of times these beliefs are unconscious, so we don't even know that they're there. So this is a simple technique to try to figure out how you can find those blind spots, those unconscious beliefs, and shift them so that you can quickly go from feeling anxious and worried and stressed about not having enough money, not having enough clients, not having enough time, not knowing the right people, not knowing what to do, having trouble in your marriage or with your kids, or worrying about your health or the state of the economy or the state of the world, all the things that we worry about. And it comes back to these beliefs. So let's figure out what these beliefs are so that we can shift them. So the first thing you do in order to find a belief is that you've got to get yourself to slow down. When we speed up inside, that's when we start to feel anxiety. You can't feel anxiety and stress in slow motion. So what we tend to do, if you could see yourself when you're worrying, we look down, we hold our breath, we breathe very short and shallow through our breath or through our mouth, and we start to almost protect, like we're going to go into a little ball and protect ourselves. So some people speed up and start moving faster and cussing and swearing and getting amped up that way as a way to try to get themselves out of that feeling, because being angry actually gives you a sense of certainty, because at least you know how you feel and usually who you're mad at. Right. So, but it often just burns a lot of fuel and doesn't actually help you to be productive. It just gets you feeling really upset. It's like spinning your wheels on a rainy day, using up a lot of fuel, but you're not really going anywhere. And so what we want to do is the opposite of that. We want to slow down. We want to take our foot off the gas pedal. Right. And so if you don't get really angry, then you probably do the opposite. You shut down, you withdraw, you push it all down inside. You're just kind of holding it like you're carrying around the weight of the world on your shoulders. So you're breathing short and shallow. You're looking down. Now, when you breathe through your mouth, it activates the fight or flight response, which gives you the heartbeat, the rapid heartbeat, the tunnel vision, all this stuff, all the symptoms of anxiety. And then we also, when we're looking down, we are telling ourselves probably that it's not going to work out. We ask a lot of lousy questions. What if I run out of money? What if I run out of time? What if this bad thing happens? And we start imagining what we don't want. We start visualizing worst case scenarios at the same time that we're telling ourselves that we're not going to be able to do anything about it, or we're beating ourselves up because I should know better. I should be farther down the road. I should know how to handle this. And so we are really hard on ourselves. We're our own worst critic. And we're doing that while we're holding our breath. And so it's like we're sitting here, and then when you look down, it amplifies how you feel. It cranks up your kinesthetic feelings. So when you're looking down, you really can feel that anxiety. And so people will be sitting there and they'll be going like this back and forth. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Right? They're trying to soothe themselves by rubbing their head, but they're amplifying the fear. And then they're telling themselves, oh my gosh, it's getting worse. And so they're making the story worse, and then they start to feel that feeling even more, and it's just this circle of anxiety. If you've ever felt this circle of anxiety where you're just like going back and forth, feeling like you're going to freak out. And that's when most people do freak out, and they self-medicate. So they drink alcohol, they're taking medicine, they're eating a bunch of junk food, they're smoking cigarettes or vaping or doing edibles or CBD oil or anything else to try to numb out, to get rid of that sensation, when in fact, we should just deal with the source of it and resolve it instead of trying to numb out from it. So instead of looking down, being tight, telling ourselves a scary story that we're not going to be good enough to figure this out, and then imagining worst case scenarios, we want to do the exact opposite. So what you do in that situation is you look up and you breathe through your nose. That's step one. Look up, breathe through your nose. Sometimes just when I was saying breathe, it made you actually breathe. You're like, oh my God, I was holding my breath while I was listening to you share exactly how that's how I feel, right? And so when I say breathe, you're like, oh yeah, I got to do that. Breathe through your nose, not your mouth. Breathe through your nose. People say, breathe through your mouth and count to 10. That's terrible. Take 10 deep breaths. No, that's horrible advice. Do the opposite of what most experts tell you, because that is not going to work for you. That makes people hyperventilate and get worse. What you do is you slow down, you breathe in through your nose, you look up. Now, what happens when you do that? When you breathe in through your nose, down to your belly, and you slowly exhale, and you do that for about a minute, takes 5 breaths, 5 power breaths, takes about a minute. Breathe in through your nose, down to your belly. Don't let your chest go up. Let your belly go out a little bit. So your belly's going out like there's a balloon in your belly. You breathe down to your belly and you slowly exhale. You imagine breathing in the peace and you exhale the tension. And then you look up. And when you're looking up, it actually turns off the kinesthetic feeling part of you and it causes you to go visual, which means that when you're looking up, it's very difficult to feel stress and anxiety. In fact, you can try that. Look up and try to get stressed and notice what happens. Like you'll be able to think about upsetting things, but you don't really go there. It's like you're disconnected. You're not really feeling it. I'm talking fast because I'm trying to get all this in real quick, but you can try that on your own. Look up and try to get stressed, and you're going to find that it's hard to do. You just feel better. Okay, so you look up and you power breathe. I call it power breathing. You look up, you breathe in through your nose, down to your belly, you slowly exhale, and within 20 to 30 seconds, you will start to feel a mindset reset. Things will slow down for you. Once you've slowed down, you take a step back and you ask a power question. The quality of the questions you ask yourself determine the quality of your life. And so you want to ask yourself powerful questions like, all right, what's the outcome that I want? How do I want to feel right now? What resources do I have? Who can I lean on for support? You could also ask yourself, what would I have to believe in order to feel this way? You know, what's the fear that I have right now? Well, I fear that I'm going to run out of money. Okay, well, and then what? Well, then I wouldn't have anything. And then what? And then people won't love me, you know, and then what? Then everybody will be right that I'm not good enough. You know, I thought I was special and I'm not, right? So our deepest fear is that we're not good enough. Okay, so then you decide, and then what? And then I guess I'm going to have to just start loving myself more and making myself feel loved and appreciated. Stop trying to chase that approval from others and just give it to myself and know that I always get through everything. I mean, think about all the situations you've had to go through in your life and you've gotten through them. You're still here right now, you know, fighting the good fight, getting out there and trying to make the world a better place. And so that means that you will get through this situation too. These are experiences. You're the experiencer. You're way more powerful than the experiences. And so we decide that, you know what? I have unlimited resources. I have unlimited abilities, right? It's not a lack of resources. It's a lack of resourcefulness. So I've got to get back into a state of resourcefulness. I'm going to start focusing on what I want. So I look up, I start focusing on what I want. I start imagining it turning out the way I want it to. And then as I'm focusing on what I want, I'm starting to tell myself I can do this. I'm going to be okay. I always say to myself, I am safe. I love me. And everything's going to be great. Okay. I am safe. I love me. And everything's going to be okay. In fact, things are going to work out even better than I hope for. And that starts to help me shift into a feeling of confidence. Because I shift my energy and my focus, I start noticing opportunities that I did not notice when I was all stressed out. I got myself into a resource state. I started focusing on those opportunities. And then as soon as I notice which direction to go, I take instant action. I immediately take action, and that increases momentum. And when you start taking action and you start feeling momentum, then all of a sudden you start feeling more confident. Your sense of certainty starts to come back. Okay. So I want you to go through this video again. I put a lot in here, but you're going to shift with your power breathing. Then you're going to shift with your power questions. Then you're going to focus on what you want, make yourself feel loved and safe, and then take action. And that'll allow you to create the momentum that you desire and that you deserve. I believe in you. You got this. Now go out there and make it happen.